And even Pumi, like, hey, I miss Pumi too, you know? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, what about you, Vale?
Wait, Mbumi is the one that was she was a club host.
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, someone give me my number, please. Guys, guys,
I was, oh,
please, guys. When Mbumi is outside, guys, please, Pali, set it up, please.
I will. Definitely. I think with me, it's pretty much obvious, you know. Snoy.
No.
For me, Mick Junior, like Juju is.
Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi where you get the gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hurt. Of course you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? Acid hot. So guys, there's this thing Pale usually do ever since she left the house, you know. If some evicted housemates, she do have conversation with some of them. She also did with Neo and who again? Neo and one of the evicted housemate though. So she had that conversation with Taki yesterday, and then Mvelo Abi, that's his name. Mvelo was also there. Mvelo was Mpoa Badimo season, if I'm not mistaken, because he was in the house. I could remember vividly. He was one housemate in the house that I'm like, yo, this boy should go now. Like, he's not giving anything. Like, I mean, his participation in the house is just like zero. I think I remember vividly in post season. Yeah. Meanwhile, Mvelo is pleading that if Mpumi comes out of the house, that they should please connect the two of them together. You know, this is how much, you know, that's why I said Mpumi has this charisma. She's quite smart, you know, and she's really selling herself out there. So there is no way people will not get to, you know, like her. So I said Mpumi, Mvelo is now begging and said, hey, please, oh, you people should give me her contact. She should please contact me when she comes outside, because he asked, is it the one that is a club or something like that? And they are like, yes. And then Taki was actually mentioning the housemate he missed, you know, and Pale was doing the same thing before Mvelo had to ask about Mpumi. Meanwhile, talking about Mpumi, the camera had to do baby girl dirty this afternoon. As she was having her pretty sleep, you know, the camera went to zoom the head of house in her head of house lounge, you know, the way she was sleeping. People have been using this picture on the social space because the camera went there, zoomed the face, you know, because she was sleeping face up, you know. They've been using it all around. If you go to Facebook, you would see it. You go to X, you would see it. They're just saying, yo, they were just saying a whole lot of things, you know. Say, no, look at your head of house, so look at half. They were just saying a lot, cha. Anyways, people are also talking about Pali. They say they miss her. So you can see this person says, I miss her, Shem. Right now, she would probably be preparing a meal for 2 or 3 for herself and still be talking about the stick. That's really allowed to eat. Oh my word, you people should leave Pale alone. After many weeks she left the house, you guys are still using this on her. Okay, let's continue, guys. So, guys, Biggie brought in coffee into the house. Yo, is indeed a fear your face your fear week, because what? Who is gonna enter inside this casket? Like what? And meanwhile, first of all, I wanted to ask, the housemates have been practicing, you know, if you've been watching, you would know that the housemates has been practicing on their wager tax. I remember the team is supposed to be horror. With the play the housemate has shown us so far, if you have seen it, do you think it is quite scary, or do you think it's matched with what Big Brother would want, or do you think it's a pass or nah? Because to me, it do not look that scary. Maybe because they've not used costume yet, you get. But right now they've gone to the arena to practice and they get to see caskets in there. Maybe they just have to, you know, improvise and maybe act something up with the casket, you know, just to make it look more scary. I can't just wait for tonight's wager presentation. The Z Stans here has been celebrating Zinti Z for clocking 100k followers on IG. Z fans are just celebrating, jubilating over 100k followers for Z. Anyways, it is worth celebrating because I just realized that the bbnzansi housemate barely get follows on their social platform. Like you go to X app, some of them are having 500 and something follower, just 500. Some of them are having 1,000. So I think the celebration is worth it because others they barely get follows, so it's just I don't know why it's like that on BB and Zanzi anyways. But guys, let's continue talking about Z. Z was having conversation with Youngpappi. Almost they are dragging Youngpappi left, right, and center for various reasons. But first off, they were having conversation, and then Youngpappi asked Z that how did they even get close as friends. And Z was like, oh, she didn't know, but she knows that the conversation started outside, and afterwards Youngpappi was giving her all this questionable look. And then Youngpappi now laughed and said, when I was giving you those look, what was going through your mind? And then Z was like, what was going through her mind was like, this one wants to start with me. Hope he is aware that when he started with me, he's not going to anybody else. He better start with other people and end with me. Because if he's caught with me, he's going to get trapped and not going to go anywhere else. And you see, that's true anyways, because she's right. Youngpappi is trapped. There's nothing he can even do. So yeah, so that was what Z was even talking about, telling him. And then Youngpappi was like, house people outside would think they are dating or they are a thing. And then Z was like, while there is nothing close to that. Now, still on Youngpappi had this conversation with Willie and Els while they were preparing lunch in the kitchen. And then he said Liema has fine legs, but something is missing. And then they were like, who? He said Liema has fine legs, but something is missing. And then he said she has fine legs, but she does not have shape. Ever since then, people have been calling Youngpappi out, calling him names. See someone that looked like chimpanzee is calling someone name. See someone that did this, that did that. After he said that, yeah, Liema handler posted this and said, the handler posted the video and then wrote this. That's the video where Youngpappi was saying all of that and said, body shaming should not be a norm because no matter the color of a lady's skin or body type, they are all beautiful and are queens. We are still voting for Liema because at this rate, there is no turning back. Anyways, to me, I just perceive that thing as a normal conversation by Youngpappi. People do have this kind of conversation, but because of his on TV, people would actually read so much meaning to that, and they've been dragging him because of that. And then at the other hand, why some people are dragging him, the Yolanda fans are having this sudden likeness for Youngpappi. Why? Because okay, let me read this. Why is Youngpappi making us warm up to him? First, it was in the diary room, and now this. I don't appreciate that I'm beginning to like him for low-key looking out for our girl. First, it was when they're supposed to use this whole hope to, do their thingy. That's around it. When the sound comes up, Yolanda was not there. That was yesterday. And Youngpappi ran looking for where Yolanda was, to give her so as she would participate. Because it is a must for everybody to participate once the sound comes on. And then, secondly, and okay, this is Luto, a Yolanda fan too, says he's been tugging at my heartstrings this week when he mentioned that Mpumi was being biased towards Liema when she fought with Yoli. When he immediately noticed Yolanda was nowhere to be found and he screamed for her and ultimately ran to give her a hula hoop. Or more fans, you people just need people that will just hype your faith for you, then you will run towards that person, gravitate towards that person. That is all fans need. Like, just say good thing about their faith, they are happy. Whether their faith do wrong or right, just hype, 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 hype. But that is one thing people will never get from me. I would say the good and the bad. So far, it has to do with Big Brother kids. When they do the good, I will bring it here. When they also do the bad, I would also use my mouth to say it. I wouldn't care how much fans would take that. It is none of my business, okay? Anyways, that's how Youngpappi has been receiving praises, where it comes to Yolanda. And then this person said the house was too cool this week. I want to put me to cause wahala tonight, not Jared related though. If not Jared related, then what? Because there is no wahala Mpumi would cause in the house that would get to people, except it has to do with the triangle, because that is the only thing they build themselves with. Liema, Mpumi, and Jared. It is only the triangle that would really, shake the space. All right, coming from Mile and Yolanda, people that are actually giving us a show based on the team, that is the Siamosha team, Yolanda, Liema, Ghosts, Lerato, Jared, Mpumi, my top sis. People enjoying pretty privilege, Z and Sinaye. Else, Papi and Junior tried initially but fell off. Willie and Makeke should be evicted. Guys, do you accept this notion? Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you do not accept, you are free to make your own list in the comment section too. And coming from a Rain Dynamite, Willie and Mpumi will make it to top 5. I wonder who his fave spot is going to be taking. There are people with that grace every season, and this time the grace is with the O12's baby. I am seeing mainly Willie on that part. I am really seeing Willie on that part. Willie is gonna fly his way through to the finale. One thing about Yolanda, she will even be inconsiderate when it comes to outfits. She will make sure she bullies them and be the only one shining inside the house. No, no, no. Leave fashion for Yolanda. She is good with fashion. That's why when they gave the fashion to, who did they give it to again? To Chuenza, that fashion award. When they gave it to Chuenza, I was busy saying that I think Yolanda deserved that award, not Chuenza, you know. Anyway, Sha, it is what it is. So yeah, talking about even Yolanda, I love the friendship as I be the sheep, the Yokehkeh sheep, that is Yolanda and Makeke sheep. They were actually giving this afternoon with their lovey dovey. They were doing aggressive romance. Anyways, coming from City Girl, Z bonds well with others when she and Papi are ignoring each other. As soon as they go back to being school, it's like two papers gummed together. Can the show end so she wins the money and forgets he ever existed? I have not seen, I've been telling you people that is being dragged on the social space, but I have not seen people who drag Papi like the Z stand. Like, yo, they want to shred this boy into pieces because of Z. And you guys should even stop that. Do you know why I say so? Because Papi is not forcing himself on Z. Z naturally like this dude, at least in the house. You guys should allow your fave enjoy the moment. Anyways, coming from Hills, at this rate, this girl's fan base is just being Youngpappi. So many nasty things about him on the timeline when it is not like he forced himself on your fave. Sincerely, it's too much on Youngpappi. Please, you guys should reduce it. Imagine that boy leaves the house and then see all of these things. He go choco. Anyways, guys, I'll be dropping my voice right here and now to see you guys later. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.